Okay, I think we're going to have a lot more exciting moments. We already seen that since the early November after Trump got elected to the next president. I think from next year was more interesting. Rather than the short-term speculation, we're going to see the mainstream start to actually get in. They feel a little bit of FOMO, what you call the fear of missing out right now, so that they get in. But next year, the regulation, everything on the federal level, perhaps on the state level, will actually speed up. So that's why we're expecting not just the cryptocurrency going up, the whole industry will have a lot more ecosystem and players to provide the services and the products. I see there's two types of demand in general. One we call a short-term speculative demand. People want to trade, they trade on a lot of leverage, margins, etc. That's driving the crypto pricing up. The other demand is long-term, which the best tracker is the ETF in the US. Bitcoin, Ethereum, right now we have two. Next year, I think we're definitely going to have probably several. Solana, Ripple, and all these are applying for the ETFs. So all these things will essentially get the mainstream. These are very, I would say, conservative, not much leverage. So these are the kind of a long-term money stay there. Short-term money is becoming probably less and less impactful. So I see the price is going up because both sides are pumping money in. Next year, we're going to see a little bit of change because the balance here will go up. I'm on that camp. I'm probably on the more 1 million price. But 2025, perhaps we may not get there. The main reason is I'm looking at probably 200, 250,000. So that's a quarter of a million. Nonetheless, this is the only asset you potentially could see very, I would say, globally accepted. When it's accepted, people will have to buy it, and the supply is constrained due to its algorithm. So price-wise is all about market conditions and also short-term market forces, but long-term, I see $1 million, that's not a dream, yeah. I see the opposite, actually. Bitcoin, I do see becoming increasingly, I would say, like a potential safe haven asset. So we used to have a gold, but gold become, I would say, a depack from dollar since the Bretton Woods, that's in 1971, after Nixon. And then dollar or the treasury bills, US government bonds, become the safe haven assets, or Swiss franc, for example, all the major currencies. But now I think increasingly people are looking at Bitcoin. They call it big digital gold. This is not just what I call it. BlackRock CEO also call it digital gold. And I think the Federal Reserve's chairman, Powell, also call it digital gold. So this is something become especially resonant with the young generations. Older generations will more or less start to know about it. Blockchain in general is a technology. This is not new. This has been there for probably 20, 30 years at least. It only came to our, I would say, mindset when Bitcoin was born. This is the first, I think, real, I would say, big application. So blockchain technology, you can think of it as a new type of database. But the most important thing is it can provide a much more transparent, secure way of exchanging information. I can give you a simple example why blockchain can be powerful. You said, let's say, Amar, if you said you have 10,000 dirhams in your bank, and your bank said you have 9,000. Why 1,000 gap? I said, bank said, no, I think you only have 9,000. You said you have 10,000. And you are keep arguing, and you have to prove you are right. And this become never-ending story. But when it's on blockchain, you see what I have, I see what you have, and no one will have arguments. That's actually save a lot of time. I think our financial world has really evolved over the last 30 years with the growth of a fintech, with the growth of all these new technology, internet, etc. of course. But blockchain is going to take it one more step. When I say one more step, I just mentioned the general digital ledger that's going to be kept and maintained by all the relevant parties. I'm not saying that we are sacrificing or compromising privacy, maintaining privacy, but transparency as well. This is going to really take the fintech to the next level. And that's actually, I feel very, very excited about. I came from a traditional finance, Nomura Citigroup. about 20 years ago in Japan. And then when I moved to Singapore, I do a hedge fund. I look at all the big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman, UBS, how DBS, etc., they do business. And I know what can really become potential the game changer. I think that's blockchain. Think blockchain as a transparent and secure database. This is the best way. Think whatever you keep your personal accounts in an Excel file, your Excel file cannot be changed by anyone else. When it's there, you make $1,000, it's there. No one in the world can change that. Not your bank, not your mom, no one else. That's how I think blockchain is powerful. I think financial industry is very, beneficial to the use of technology, blockchain. When we say finance, there's a lot of things. We can talk about transactional finance, making a payment, buying a coffee, buying a real estate. This can all benefit. And then global payments. If we pay someone in Hong Kong dollar, how we do that? We do a bank transfer. This can be empowered by blockchain as well. And then trade finance. We're talking about when you're sending a cargo of natural gas from Qatar to Japan. We can use that as well. So this, all things can happen. Investment. How do we invest in real estate? These days we have to go there, sign the contract, and pay it, right? Drop a check. This can be a little bit inefficient, costly. In the future, if we use blockchain to certain regulations, this can be versatile online. So, but does not mean a limit only to financial industry. So we have government agencies who benefit. For example, you have a UAE pass, right? I can prove to anyone in UAE, they scan it, they know it's me. But if I scan UAE pass in China or in Singapore, no one knows. How we can carry this to the world, or have my Singapore passport scanned in UAE, they know it, that will be much more. I think blockchain can help us to get that state.